Hello everyone! Today we are going to make a bean bourguignon. This is the plant-based version of a beef bourguignon. I'm going to base that recipe on the one from the CIA. No, not the spy organization, but the Culinary Institute of America. We actually went and did a class there, and that was pretty amazing. So I took the recipe and kind of adapted it a little bit. So the meat that you find usually in a bœuf bourguignon is beef, bacon, and beef broth. So we are going to replace that with kidney beans, tempeh, smoky tempeh, and just a vegetable broth. The other animal product in there is the butter, and that's an easy one to replace. I'm just going to use Earth Balance. All the rest is pretty much, the typical thing: mushrooms, carrots, shallots, garlic, herbs. I have rosemary, thyme, and bay leaves. I am adding potatoes because this is something my family always add to the bœuf bourguignon. So everything is going to cook in some olive oil, and it would not be a French dish if there would not be wine. So I have a bottle of red wine, and I chose Pinot Noir because this is the grape that actually you will find in Burgundy wines. So let's cook. Okay, so here is my mise en place, meaning that I have prepared everything to go in the pot. Everything has been chopped, washed, rinsed, opened, drained, measured. So now I really have only to focus on putting the things in the pot at the right time. So I'm heating my Dutch oven on medium heat, adding some olive oil at the bottom. Hi Sky, are you coming helping me? I'm starting with the tempeh, the smoked tempeh. And this is optional. If you don't have, that, you don't have to put it. This is what is nice with cooking. It's really, a recipe is not to be followed at the letter, by the letter. All right. And I'm going to throw now, right away, my shallots and the garlic. And I'm going to put the exhaust. And the carrots go at that point of time too. So I'm going to wait for a few minutes that things start to release their odor, their fragrance. It's starting to smell really good, and the shallots are translucent if you want to see. So now it's time to add the mushrooms, all of them. And I'm going to give 5 more minutes. Now it's time to add the broth, the vegetable broth, the tomatoes. I'm using diced tomatoes. The herbs, and I put all the sprig together on purpose so I can go fish them later on. And then half of the wine. Maybe a bit more. Okay, and now that is going to stay. I'm going to cover that. Actually, I'm going to bring that to a boil. This is boiling. I'm going to cover it and reduce to low. And see you in 20 minutes. Okay, let's have a look. Ooh, come and see. It's really a pity you can't smell. Okay, now we are going to add the potatoes, the beans, the rest of the wine. And I'm going to add salt. I kind of did not do that at the beginning. And pepper. And I'm going to continue to simmer. And in the recipe they say 10-15 minutes, but because I added the potatoes, I'm going to say 20 minutes. So they are nice and cooked. And I'm not going to cover. Yes, I'm going to cover. So the co-chef is saying to cover. So let's cover that. And come back in 20 minutes. Okay, we are arriving at the last step of the recipe. I have butter, 2 tablespoons of butter, and I'm going to add some cornstarch to it. I use cornstarch. You could use flour, just making it gluten-free. The goal of that mixture is to thicken the sauce. So what I want to do before thickening the sauce is removing the trees. Alright, so now let's bring that inside. Okay. One last test. A little bit of everything. The carrot. It's going to be hot. It's good. So this is ready to serve. And because I did the potatoes in there, you really can just serve it that as the dish. You don't need to add anything. So, well, bon appetit. So I let the potato cook longer than 20 minutes because they were not ready by then. Actually, I made a mistake. I should have put the potatoes with the mushrooms, so they would have cooked much longer. But follow the instruction below. That's the correct thing.